I'm Kila.
And I'm Ashley.
And we met on TikTok.
2 trailers, 1 park.
And we were raised by 2 mother hustlers.
I raised my mama.
Oh my gosh, I did too.
Well, let's talk about that. We can talk shit about our moms, but no one else can.
All right, guys, welcome back.
Welcome back. I hear this is going to be a shitty episode.
This is going to be like the shittiest episode I think we've had all year long.
That is, okay, because all I seen on her notes was poop. So let's get into it.
Do you want to tell your shit story first?
No, because I don't know if I've told it yet. So let me see if I can think about it. You go ahead and I'll reciprocate.
Okay. So I've been taking a lot of medicine. And I was sick, and I stopped taking my medicine for a minute because I had a cold. Well, I took my metformin the night before Coats for Kids.
That's all you have to say is metformin.
Right. So I'm on my way to Chattanooga. I'm on the phone with my dad. We're talking about going to eat lunch after we get done with Coats for Kids. I've got like an hour to kill, so I'll pull up in the Walmart because I'm going to go in and do my makeup instead of going all the way to Dixie's. I was just going to go do my makeup in the Walmart and then, head on over to be on TV.
Right.
So I get off with my dad and I start walking in the Walmart, y'all. And what's that movie where she said she has hot lava coming out of her butthole?
Bridesmaids.
That is what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm walking and I'm like, oh my God, am I shitting myself? Mm-hmm. Like I didn't even have to poot.
Mm-hmm.
And I stop and I'm like, okay.
That's warm.
And it don't stop.
Mm-hmm.
It just keeps coming. And I'm like, oh, I've got to get in the Walmart because it's coming.
Because you have a brown water trail.
Yes.
Yes.
Get in the Walmart, sit down. I mean, I take my jeans off, take my boots off. I pull my pants down. I have to flush my underwear because there's so much.
We're sorry, Chattanooga Walmart.
I'm
if you
sorry.
Had to
I
replace
probably,
your plumbing.
don't sue me for, stopping up your system. I mean, the more I wipe, the more it's coming. It's everywhere. I got my shirt tucked up under my bra, trying to not get it on my shirt for Coats for Kids because I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So I had to ask a lady who was beside me, and I was like, ma'am, if I give you $5, will you please go buy me baby wipes?
That's great.
And she did, and she brought them back.
Oh.
Thank God, because I don't know what I would have done. So then I had to put my old jeans on, or my poopy jeans, go in the Walmart, find new jeans, buy new panties, go to the back of the store, because, I've already stunk up the front of the store, and, put my new stuff on. And
just pray you make it to the car without it happening.
Makeup, and then go to Coats for Kids. I get out of the car and Dixie's like, what's the matter with you? And I'm like, I just shit my pants in the middle of Walmart.
Yeah, my DNA is from the car.
And she's laughing and I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm going to kill you. And she's like, we're talking about this on TV. And I'm like, I'll put you in a headlock.
Right.
I mean, we were all in such bad moods. I mean, hopefully it didn't come across that way. But
yeah, you were probably dehydrated. That's why you were in a bad mood.
I mean, we did Coats for Kids. I got back on the interstate and come straight home. My dad calls me, and he's mad because I didn't call him about eating lunch. And he's like, babe, why didn't you call me? And I'm like, Dad, I shit everywhere.
Yeah.
I couldn't help it. I wanted to get home. I shit all over Walmart.
Yep.
From one end to the other.
Yes, that's the worst feeling. Because you're like, what do I do? What do I do?
I didn't even have to poop. Usually, I'm not saying I've never shit my pants before. Because I have several times. All my friends laugh about this. But, usually I know it's coming.
Right.
Or think I'm going to poop and it's coming. And then it's more than that. But I mean, there was no warning, no trigger warning at all.
Yeah.
It was hot lava out my asshole.
I've only, shit my pants,
sorry, kids.
3 times, I think. But the one time was after, I may have told this on the podcast, and I don't want to repeat it, but if I haven't, maybe you hadn't heard that episode if you have. My son graduated, and we all went to the Mexican restaurant, and I had 3 micheladas, which, if you don't know, is beer and tomato juice mixed together.
I love those.
And they're amazing, and they have tahini on them, and they're so good. Yeah. And I'm, literally trying to be a spokesperson for micheladas. This is the greatest thing. And everybody's like, oh, it looks nasty. And I'm like, this is so good. Well, my daughter was driving me home, and we get about 10 minutes down the road, and I'm like, oh. And we're about to pass the lady that worked. I live 35 minutes from where we were at. And I'm like, ooh, may have to make you stop. And then it goes away, it subsides, and I'm like, okay, I'm good. So we get going up the hill again, and I'm like, oh, you have to pull over on the side of the road. And she's like, what? And she's just kind of laughing because she's 16. And I'm like, no, I don't think you understand. You may have to pull over on the side of the road. There's a cemetery. And I'm like, there's a cemetery.
She's still got that young butthole.
Oh, yeah. And I'm trying to explain where the cemetery's at. And I'm like, no, you're going to have to pull over. And she's like, you can't poop in a cemetery. I'm like, you don't understand. I will poop on someone's front porch right now. Just please pull over. Well, she passes it because she has no idea where the cemetery's at. And by the time she gets right to the cemetery road, I'm like, oh, never mind. It's coming. So anyways, I poop my pants and we laugh, whatever. We're going on down the road and we're just laughing. And then we talk about something else and I'm like, oh, actively shitting. It's still coming out. By the time it's over, it has lifted me at least 3 inches off the seat. And
I hope your seats are leather.
They are.
Okay,
and
thank God.
So, but we don't smell anything. We still got like 15 minutes to go. And I'm like, I'm just gonna like a pants full of shit, but it's cool. We don't smell. So we go to turn like kind of onto our road, which is like 5 minutes from the house. And I'm like, I was like, oh, it's going up my back. Oh my God, it's going. She's like, what do we do? And I'm like, I mean, at this point, I'll just grunt. I'll push it out at this point. I mean, so we're going, and then she goes, oh God, I smell. And I'm like, I mean, I'm still shitting, still. And she's like, what do I do? I'm like, just go. And then we get there, and we get to the house, and I'm like, what do you do? Like, yes.
Asshole.
I'm like, do we spray off with a water hose? And so my husband comes outside immediately. He's like worried about my seats. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. I can't pull my pants off.
Right.
There's 30 pounds of shit in I had not shit for 2 weeks before this, so everything.
I know. Once you get a certain age, you can't stop shitting or you can't go.
Yeah. So I get in the shower with all my clothes on because I'm like, I don't know what else to do. Yeah. And he's like, it has to be methodical and we have to like, we got to get a plan. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, I'm laughing so hard because I'm like, I look like I was sitting in a booster seat by the time I got
And your daughter didn't gag one time?
No.
Because I would have started gagging on you.
No, and even though I do it all the time. Clean it up. Like, by the time it was over.
Oh, she is such a good.
Yes.
She gets
and my husband cleaned it up. Like, I didn't clean it up. And he's just like, oh my God, your seats. And I'm like, that was freaking hilarious.
My husband would have been like, no, bitch.
No, my husband's amazing when it comes to.
No, he would have ran.
I projectile vomited last week. I might have drunk.
If I vomited, he would clean it up. But if I shit in my seat, he is not.
Well, he did. I don't even know. I was just like, of course, he was like, oh my God, it's gonna eat your leather. And I'm like, at this point, I don't care. That was.
What, you have the acid shit?
Well, probably. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, he's phenomenal at that stuff. But I was just like, so I called my sister and I'm like, bitch, I shit so much that like, I was just like, we're gonna have to trade the car in. I mean, the heated seats are not gonna work anymore because. It's now filled that up.
Oh my God, when you turn them on, it smells like.
But it actually, like, I don't know what happened, but it all stayed. I was like, I feel like a baby. Like, it's going up my back and it's going up the front.
Yeah.
I don't even know. So, yeah.
I'm feeling you.
And that was horrible.
One time, I can't even believe my husband will kill me for telling this story. My friends may kill me for telling this story. But if I've got a shit, y'all better, you need to pull over. Don't question my. Because I will shit anywhere. I mean, it happens. But we went to the lake with some friends one time, and their parents, might I say.
Oh.
And by the time we got out there, and I was like, hey, we got to turn around and go back. I have got to poop. Well, they're like, well, just poop in the water. Who poops in the water at the lake? I can't shit in the lake.
My daughter does.
I can't do it.
And she's disgusting, but go ahead.
I mean.
I can't either, but she can.
Yeah. So we're at the lake all day, and I mean, the embankment's there. You're in the middle of a mountain, so it's not like and my knees are bad. I've broken them all, so I can't climb up, the mountain to go shit. So I'm like, no, really, we got to get back. I have to poop. So they're playing around, going fast, going slow all day long. And so we are sitting where I can see the dock, and I'm like, hey, we need to get back there because I'm fixing to shit on you.
Mm-hmm.
And I get up, and I went and sat in his lap when I said this. He was the driver of the boat. And then when I got up, he had on a white shirt, and he was like, Kila, I think you might have shit on me.
Oh, no.
And I had a peeping turtle, I guess.
Oh, no.
And got on his shirt. He takes it off, throws it in the lake. His dad starts gagging.
I bet.
And my husband's like, did you shit on him? And I'm like, I didn't mean to.
God.
And so, wasn't a proud moment. But for the rest of the weekend, my husband, every shit joke you could, like you're a shitty friend.
Yes.
It was a shitty weekend. I mean, every shit joke that could be dropped was dropped.
Of course.
And he'll kill me for telling this because, when he shits, he's like locked down like Fort Knox. I mean, you don't go near the bathroom. Door's locked. I mean.
Oh, yeah, it's very private.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, just come on in. And he's like, why would I come in there?
Yes.
Like, so.
We're pretty open about it, but
when you have kids, it fucks your butthole up.
Okay, yeah. Like I never have had.
True story. It does.
Yeah,
my butthole hasn't been right.
That's messed up. Damn you, kids.
It's shitty. Shitty kids.
So before this episode, I got on TikTok and I asked if anybody had any like crazy or white trash like Christmas stories, and I got an email, and it's great, and I'm gonna read it, and then
We should make shirts that say "shit happens." I mean, I know that's already out there, but
I was gonna say, was that a Forrest Gump?
I don't know.
No, why am I thinking that was Forrest Gump?
Because
Anyways,
there was a shirt that said "shit happens."
yeah, is that Forrest Gump?
They're
Okay,
too young; they don't remember.
Trent's
Oh, is it?
yeah,
Okay.
he's a historian, so yeah. Right. So I'm gonna read this email and then we'll talk about it afterwards. So she says, when you're white trash, your love life is a mess. My parents embodied this. That's how I ended up one of 12 kids from 6 different relationships. So many relationships meant multiple sets of grandparents. My bio mom's mom was over it, and she would buy different presents for different levels, in quotations, of kids. A dick move for sure, but I can see where holidays were overwhelming. Kids from mom's first marriage got better presents than the kids from mom's second marriage. Mom stopped bothering to get married after that, but subsequent kids and stepkids would get something like a board game for all to share from Grandma Jessie. One year we showed up to Christmas with mom's family, and my cousins were opening Cabbage Patch Kids and Nintendo games. We waited excitedly until all the presents had been handed out, and there was nothing for my brother and me. We were probably 9 or 10 at this point. When my mom, undoubtedly at least tipsy by then, said something to Grandma Jessie about it, Grandma Jessie pulled a rusty, dusty mini trampoline out of the back of her garage, picked up a discarded bow from the floor, and taped it onto the trampoline in front of us. She then presented this dilapidated contraption to my brother and me. It wouldn't fit in Mom's Trans Am, so she said we'd come back to pick it up another time. But we never did. We left it there, and to this day, it's a dark joke in our family. And that's my white trash Christmas story. And that's hilarious. Sad, but hilarious. And I'm glad that you can laugh about it now, Becky. So I wrote Becky back and I said, totally reading this on the podcast. I love it. Also, I have a not so dusty trampoline in my driveway. I can put a new bow on it and I can deliver it if this will help mend that memory. Because that's hilarious. Because, side note, my dad showed up to my sister's one time with a bunch of used toys for Christmas. And it's like, well, we're not too bougie enough to take used toys. But she said it literally looked like they had been drug on the interstate. And he like found them like broken and like not in good shape. And she's like, and her kids are kind of bougie because, you know, she goes all out for Christmas.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the hell? I know you didn't bring us all broken ass shit up here. And that's what he brought. And so,
listen, Dixie and Charlie have the funniest story about that bio dad that birthed all of us. They said that one year he got them all bikes, but they still had the chains on them from Walmart. He stole them. And so he brought them all over.
Had to get wire cutters or bolt cutters.
Get them cut off.
That's great.
Because he stole them from the Walmart parking lot.
Well, this is kind of like that. My mom's cousin texted me one day, probably 11, 12, 13 years ago. And she was like, hey, what size coat does your daughter wear? And I was like, and I said like 6'7", whatever. And so she was like, okay, I got one for her. And I'm thinking, this is so random. Like, this woman's never, I don't even know if she's ever seen my kids and why she, anyway. So when I go to see mom, she's like, oh, so-and-so left this coat for you. And it's like an Under Armour 3-layer. It zips like, so I looked it up.
The furry jacket underneath.
Oh, yeah. It's got the raincoat, all this. So I'm like, how random is this? And she was like, oh, girl, don't worry about it. Somebody so-and-so stole this from Nordstrom and they didn't have anybody. And I was like, oh my God, so my kid's been wearing this like stolen jacket. Of course, everybody's looking at me like, nice jacket. I'm like, yeah, my mom's cousin gave it to her. Had no idea that she thought it was a woman's jacket when she stole it, and come to find out it was a kid's small, not a women's small. And Anson's been wearing like a hot jacket. And I'm like, well, hell. But I did think it was like super random that like she texted me and said, what size jacket does your daughter wear? And I'm like, whatever. But so, yeah.
I mean, if I was a betting person, I would say a majority of my Christmas gifts from my mom when I was little. She had friends that shoplifted all the time. They probably all were stolen.
My mom was not a good shoplifter. She got caught every time. But she would take Xanax and it would make her feel invisible. And she would steal stuff like razors or socks.
Oh.
And she would get caught every time. And I'd be like, bitch, you're not invisible. Like, she would say, I can't take him damn Xanax because they make me feel invisible. I'm like, you're not. And it's embarrassing when you're on the front page of the newspaper from stealing from the Dollar General. Like, everybody knows that you're my mom. And she did. And she actually had money that time in her pocket, but stole some damn socks from Dollar General and violated her probation over that.
Oh, well, shit.
Like, damn.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to play Christmas game. We're going to do a Christmas trivia. Are y'all going to
Oh,
play this?
yeah. I
Or
mean,
not really trivia, I don't guess, but favorite Christmas movie?
National Lampoons or The Holiday.
How many times? I don't even know how many times we watch Christmas Vacation
Oh,
from
yeah.
now until Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, it's on all day, every day.
Yep.
Like, my family can recite that whole movie.
Yes. Same.
One year we went to the Franklin Theater and we all dressed like national or Christmas Vacation characters.
Well, I love that movie.
See,
we said "You serious, Clark"? We said that like 25 years
Yeah.
ago. We said that our whole lives. And nobody ever knew what we were talking about. But my mom, we would say, "You serious, Clark?" And now like that's everywhere. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, we in Franklin at that theater, you can go to watch the movie and you can drink there and you dress up like the character.
Oh.
And so we went. I made Brown be the squirrel.
Oh, nice. I want to be Aunt Bethany.
I was trying to think of something,
Yeah. Because everybody's going to do Clark and Eddie.
Yeah. So I was trying to think of something funny, and I did. I made him be the squirrel. I think I just posted that yesterday. It's pretty funny.
Is that your favorite Christmas movie?
I don't know.
My sister loves A Christmas Story, but it's not my favorite. And I've watched it, but it's not one that I care for.
I'm trying to think of the movie. One of my favorite movies. I like Santa Claus with Tim Allen, but I also like that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, where that flying doll that they
Jolly Jingle All the Way. Jingle All the Way.
Yes, that's one of my favorites.
I love The Holiday, which is like kind of new.
Yeah,
and it's not even like that super Christmassy, but I love that movie.
Yeah, I do like that one too. Favorite Christmas song?
I like Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. And Mom's favorite Christmas song, which she hated Christmas, but the only thing that she had was the Eagles. Oh, God. Let me figure it out. You keep going. What's your favorite Christmas song?
I mean, I'm not going to lie, like the Justin Bieber Drummer Boy, because my son does it.
Do love that too. Also, if you've not heard Rod Stewart's,
I love him.
I Wish You a Merry Christmas. When I tell you it's breathtaking, I have his whole Christmas album.
Shut up.
The prettiest rendition of that I've ever heard in my life. And they don't play it on the radio. I bought his Christmas album and I play it. It's the prettiest version of that.
Do you know how sexy I thought Rod Stewart was when I was little?
Me too. And I still love Rod Stewart.
I do too. We should go see him in concert. He's coming not too. Yeah, not
Oh,
kidding.
I have to.
My mama had that record that when you opened it up, he was like the centerfold.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I loved it. Love me. What was your favorite Rod Stewart song?
I have to piggyback off my mom because hers was You Wear It Well. And I Was Only Joking. So those are my two favorite because those were my mom's favorite. And they're not like one of his number one hits, but they...
Yeah, I don't know that I've even heard those.
Oh, my God. Like when the first beat drops, like immediately that's my mom. Yeah, You Wear It Well. And then I Was Only Joking.
Have to write that down.
Write them down. They're the best.
I mean,
Of course, I like Maggie May and, Hot Legs and...
Oh, I love... Mine was always, If You Want My Body.
Yes.
And You Think I'm Sexy.
Yep.
Loved it. Do you like eggnog?
No.
Me? I don't know that I've ever really had it.
I have. It tastes like sweet buttermilk to me.
Has it got alcohol in it?
It can. People add that, but it don't come with alcohol.
Okay, so
they spike it.
Okay.
Yeah. Please Come Home for Christmas by the Eagles was my mom's favorite.
Oh, I'm gonna have to listen to that.
Yes.
Completely off record, or off subject. Dolly Parton on Thanksgiving. What did you think of her?
I didn't see it.
You didn't see Dolly Parton on Thanksgiving when she was dressed up like a little Cowboys cheerleader?
Oh yeah, because you could see her stomach, but it was actually like the
Uh-huh.
whatever she had on. I was
Oh my gosh!
dumbfounded.
Never mind.
Oh, I didn't see anything other than.
Now, did you not see her performance?
No, I just saw the outfit.
I mean, she's almost 80 years old.
I know, which was insane. Which that's like an undergarment, but still. Like,
But-
even if I put that on right now, I'm still going to look like a busted can of biscuits.
Well, she's
Tanned.
78.
Right.
Brian was like, my mom is 78. And I was like, can you imagine going to Mamie's house and her being dressed like that?
Right.
I mean, I thought she looked fabulous. Though.
Yeah, she
I
did.
mean,
But my mother-in-law is
that would be my mama.
Yeah, my mother-in-law is in her 70s, and she looks phenomenal. And she'll show up to our like Thanksgiving in like a fur vest. And my family don't know what to think about it because they have no style and they don't know anything. And she shows up with like God knows what, and I'm like, it's just who she is, and she's so fancy that I just feel like, holy shit, I'm never going to financially recover from this. And I'm so not fancy, but she's fancy.
One of my new favorite Christmas songs right now is Bunny's, the 12 Days of Christmas.
Oh, I haven't
Oh,
heard that.
it's phenomenal.
Oh,
I
that's
like her
great.
though.
I do too.
I like her dirty little Christmas songs.
Yes, I like Bunny anyways.
Yeah.
We want to be on our podcast, so if y'all could put a plug in for us, that'd be great. So before we started recording, this is off subject, but our producer was talking about his kids and, dealing with people about his kids. And he was like, I got a phone call and I didn't want to talk in front of anybody. And I was like, that could not be me. I literally pranced my ass up at church. My kid was going to church camp and in the line waiting for them to, write their names down and all that. She says, oh my gosh, that counselor's like trying to start crap. Don't y'all know I pushed this was like 3 years ago. This was not that long ago. And I said, let me tell you something right now. Don't start no shit, won't be no shit. But if I have to drive to wherever the hell you're at, don't think I won't. I love Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Praise the Lord. Thank you for all my blessings.
Well, because he's got his daughter's being bullied.
Yes, something like that.
So.
Yes, but that was kind of what ours was. My daughter had an issue with another kid, and this counselor that was older was like, oh, are y'all friends? Knowing damn good and well they're not because she just talked to the other friend like my daughter saw. And she's like, oh, are y'all friends? And then she's like, no. She's like, well, what are you going to do when y'all get to camp? Well, bitch, let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to drive wherever the hell you are. And, of course, the two ladies that are sitting there, and my husband's like, oh, my God, you could have handled that better. I said, it don't matter. If I'm Christian, not Christian, when you mess with my kids, Mama Bear comes out. I don't give a damn where I'm at. I will be in the middle of a church, the school, the road, at my house. I don't give a damn.
I couldn't put anything into that conversation, too, because he would go to jail if he listened to my advice.
Right. And I didn't threaten. I just said, don't do that. You can cause drama between all these other kids and whatever you do. Don't put my kid's name in your mouth because that's not pretty. All these other parents are going to be like, oh, don't say anything. Not Ashley.
That wasn't me either. One time, Emily, we had this group of friends, and Emily was at her dad's, and one of her little friends rode with me to go get her. Well, as we're driving, and Alexis is telling me about how our other friend's daughter would pick on Emily and call her Four Eyes because she wore glasses.
Yeah.
And so the closer we're getting to Emily, the madder I'm getting because I'm like, that little, are you kidding me? Like because Emily would never tell on anybody because she's always been like, we don't hit people because we don't hit our friends. And I'm like, yeah, you do. Punch them right in the mouth if they're picking on you.
Violence is never the answer. Sometimes it is.
So get Emily. And then I'm like, so tell me about, her picking on you. So she starts telling me about her calling her Four Eyes. And so this is before cell phones. So we get back to the house. Well, I call because this is the daughter of one of my acquaintances. We were friends. We were friends. So I call her and I'm like, can I speak with so-and-so? And the mom is the one that answers the phone. And she's like, oh, well, she's over at, her friend Susanna's house, with so-and-so. And I was like, can I get that number, please? Well, she gives me the number. And so, of course, I call and, she gets on the phone. And I'm like, what the hell have you been doing? Yeah. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? You've been calling Emily this and that. And she was like, oh, and I was like, why the hell are you going to make fun of somebody? You can't even talk right. You got a speech impediment. And I'm like, don't you ever talk to a kid like that again.
Like, bitch, I'll slap your granny.
And I'm like, because I'll beat your mom up too. And so that's why I told him I can't give you advice like that. Yep. And then in high school, she had another little girl that was picking on her on the cheerleading squad. And, so I had to walk right up in the middle of a PTO meeting for the cheerleading team and get in her mama's face. And I'm like, let me tell you something. She's like, we could take it outside. And I'm like, no, we're going to do it right here.
That's right.
Right here in front of everybody.
My kids wouldn't tell me stuff because they knew that I was going to react
mine
to
wouldn't
it.
either.
And I'm better. I will tell you, I'm better. I own a business. It's just a small little business, okay? And I have a stylist that did somebody's hair, and she didn't like the hair. And then she called, and this was Monday before Thanksgiving, and she's like, I hate my hair, and I want it took down, and I want blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, well, it was extensions, whatever. I don't do extensions, but that girl does. And I was like, okay, well, I don't have time to deal with this at the moment because I'm doing hair. Normally, I would have just said, fuck off. But no, I wouldn't. But so I tell her, I'm like, I'll call me later, and we'll resolve this, whatever. So she calls me later or texts me later, and she's like, have you heard anything? And I said, all I can do is suggest that she do the right thing, but I'm not actually her boss because she rents a booth for me, blah, blah, blah. But I will, tell her to do the right thing, give your money back, whatever. So I thought it was all squash. She gave her half her money back, whatever. So come this past Tuesday, she texts and says, I just thought as a small business owner, you would have done more, to save your, the image of your business, blah, blah, blah. And I text back and I said, respectfully, do what you got to do. Like, you're from a different county, so you can't ruin my business. And I said, I can't make her do anything. I can
I'd have
only,
been like, come on in here. I'll get them extensions out.
well, I said, I
I'd have
can,
cut them out.
no,
at
but
the
normally
root.
I would have said, like, bitch, I wish the hell you would, but I was so
Oh,
calm.
you were being
Oh, yeah, I just said, like,
professional.
I said, respectfully, if you think you want to put a bad review on Google or Facebook, go right ahead. I said, you're not going to ruin my business. No one knows you. We're from a super small town. We know everybody, nobody. They're going to be like, who the hell is this? I said, furthermore, I didn't do your hair. So, and she said back, no, I would never try to ruin your business. And I was like, well, I didn't know what your threat was. I said, I told you that I would make it right on the color end. Like, I will recolor your hair for free, but you already went and got that done. And she was like, well, yeah, I had to. I said, well, honey, you contacted me 2 days before Thanksgiving. Like, you really thought I forgot all about it. Hell, I don't even know who
I
my
got
kids. Right. I don't even know what the hell's going on. And so when I got home, I told Hagen, I was like, I am so proud of myself. Like, I handled that very professionally. And I said, if there's anything that I can do to make it right, I'm not taking your extensions out because I don't know anything about that. I know about color. I can color your hair, I can cut your hair, I can do all that, but I'm not taking the extensions out because I don't know. And then she was just like, I just wish you would have. I was like, that's between you and her. Like, do whatever, but honey, I'm not scared of you ruining my business. Like, go ahead. They all know we're crazy as hell anyways. Like, if you come to our shop, you already have wrote a silent agreement that you clearly don't give a flying shit about your reputation or whatever.
I
So
just want to come hang out at the shop one
it's
day.
a fucking ball. We laugh so hard sometimes. We don't even pay attention to the customers. Me and Jessica are going back and forth. And then, like, we'll
She's
talk.
been processing for an hour. Her fare's fine.
Oh, yeah. And then if we get new clients and they, like, expect us to, like, dedicate time, I'm like, yeah, it don't really work like that. Tell me what you want. I'm going to do it. While I'm doing it, we're going to talk about our past traumas, future traumas, probably traumas that we are going to do. Like, this is not your time, okay? I'm going to need you to pay, sit down, get your hair done, pay, and then move on. But we're hilarious.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah. So anyway, Tom, that's why I didn't offer any advice because mine will get you thrown in 940.
Yeah. But you did good. You handled it asshole-ish, but respectful. Like, enough that if it, like, always think, like, if this goes to court, would I want the judge to read this out loud? Yes.
I mean, who is she? Do you want us to, girl,
Like,
keep on, because we will find you.
The court's going to read, I'll drag a bitch. So you did really good. I'm really proud of you. So good job. You said, kiss my ass respectfully, and kiss his ass, kiss your ass.
I felt like what I responded with was 100% honest and true. Anyone who talks to a barely teenage child like they might a drunk at a bar needs professional help. And
well, bitch, keep on talking to her like that, and we will come and find you.
Because we already got our professional help. We don't care.
We've been to jail. It ain't. I mean, another charge ain't going to hurt us.
Right.
So, and we know people.
Well, not for nothing. The cost of living right now, jail sounds like a Holiday Inn.
Exactly.
No doubt.
So, like, you'd be doing me a favor.
Exactly.
Keep going.
Well, with that accent, he probably has uncles that own like a concrete business. So I wouldn't go there. If you know what I mean. Wink, wink.
I'm a legitimate businessman.
Exactly. Not our people. They're like, you want me to kick his ass? I'll kick his ass.
Okay, so back to Christmas. Do y'all put Christmas lights up on your house?
Oh, my God, yes.
Oh, yeah, we don't.
Oh, yeah. I have multiple trees. It takes me 4 days to do my Christmas. I remove all of my artwork, all of my pictures from my family, all new art decor goes up.
Switch. You should have done a TikTok about this.
Yes, like everything is now Christmas.
I'm gonna need a video.
Yeah,
I don't even have my tree up yet.
You wouldn't even know I have family because I don't have any pictures of them because they gets replaced with like gingerbread men and snowmen and gnomes and.
Are you in do you have a theme?
My kitchen's in like gingerbread men. Always has. My dining room's more of like the rustic country. I like to collect the Santa Clauses, so that one has like fur boots and like a fish net and stuff like that. And then my living room is classic Santa or Christmas. It's like the red and green, all the old stuff. Yes, so I have themes like throughout. Then my bathroom is a Christmas tree farm.
You do your bathroom?
Yes. Yes, my bathroom is the Christmas tree farm, so it has like the Christmas tree, all the little signs that say Christmas trees for sale and all that. And I have like little Christmas trees and my soap dispenser, like all the things.
Well, my husband when he went to put our tree up in the attic last year, which he says he didn't take it out of the bag, but house put it out of the bag.
Right.
So he took it and put it upstairs and laid it down in the insulation. So I have
Oh.
been spending all my time he's lucky I just don't go buy a $700 tree
Exactly.
just to be mean.
Right.
But I really like my tree, so I've had to get all of the insulation out of it.
Yes. I've made
Crying.
Dollar Tree crafts. I made them for the shop. I made them for my house. Like, I'm so into Christmas. It's not even funny.
And now I got to flock that shit because I want it flocked.
How do you do it? With just like snow, or what do you do?
I don't know. It's a whole Pinterest thing. I've done all borax
My tree's flocked, so I don't know.
and
My pencil tree's not, but mine.
yeah, I bought borax and what is it? The stuff that you put on
Borax.
Borax. Is it borax or
Yeah.
borax?
Borax. Clorox. Borax.
Well, whatever. Borax and starch, liquid starch.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah. My husband bitches about it, but secretly he loves it because every year he buys me like new stuff, and then he'll be like, "Oh my God, so much stuff!" Like, what? But he really loves it.
my husband is a damn Scrooge.
My husband's not. He's that really good. Like, he loves Christmas, which thank God, because I love Christmas, and he's all into it, and I'm all into it. But I'm so ADHD that it takes me like 5 days to do the inside, so I get bored, and then I'll go outside. And I'm like, "This looks trashy, so we need to do something here." And he's like, I'm out there like making stuff, and he's like, "What about the inside?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's not giving me dopamine anymore. I had to come out here. I'll go back to it."
Now, did you let I've always been real picky about my tree. And so, like, I never let my kids help decorate it.
I let them decorate it, then I go back and move it immediately. Oh, yeah, we are not doing that. Oh, God, no. Did I tell you that when I was decorating the tree, I was probably into it like 15, 20 minutes. The kids were watching their tablets, the babies were, and Cece turned around and she goes, "Oh, Mom, that's beautiful. Good job. High five." And so she high fived me. She said, "You did a good job." And I was like, "Well, I've been doing it for 20 minutes. You ain't even paid attention." So then she decided she's going to put all the Christmas ornaments on the same limb. And I'm like, and then she's like tossing the ones. I'm like, no, we don't toss the ornaments. They're some unbreakable. And she's just like tossing them back into the bucket. I'm like, no, there's like a thing that goes, this is a theme. I do this in steps. Like, don't, oh God. So I was like, okay, we'll go back to watching your movie, please.
What do you get your older kids? Are they hard to buy for?
Yeah, we've gotten some smaller gifts, and then we're going to do like probably money or gift cards.
Yeah.
But we do some smaller gifts that like remind us of them, or I'll tell you more once we're not on air.
Oh, well, that's true.
Yeah.
I know my
Not
kids
that
are
they listen
like,
to it,
well,
but
besides Emily and her husband, but the boys are like, "Hey, I want this for Christmas." And I'm like, "Gulf Coast Jam, I already got you a present."
not happening.
Birthday, Christmas, done.
Yep. My kid's birthday is on Thursday, and he's going to be 21, my oldest. 21.
Isn't that crazy?
That's insane. And I'm raising toddlers. What the actual fuck? No, I love it. But I'm like, oh my God, whatever.
Is it easier, though, with the toddlers now? Or do you care as much? Like
some aspects is much easier, and I don't care. But then some aspects, I have not given up the, like, what they wear. If Aniston gets up with them to send them off to school, she'll put them in whatever, and I cannot stand it. Like, all I can think is that when they get to daycare, they're like, did y'all sleep outside last night? Like, they have to match, and, like, that stuff is still important to me.
Like, the kids have to match each other?
Yes. Not each other, just their clothes have to match. Like, I can't let them, like, just dress themselves. I know that's, like, good, whatever, psychologically, it's probably amazing or whatever, but I can't let them just go. I physically cannot do it. I think that comes from me being, like, never put together and, like, seeing all the kids that were put together and always wanted that, so I just can't do that. So we do have fights in the mornings over that because Bub wants 2 pair of shoes, that's it. And I'm like, no, we're wearing our boots, and then, goes whatever. But anyways, yeah. So I still have that. But, like, no. Like, if they, like, little back chatter, I just let it go. My kids are like, "Oh my God, you would killed me for that." And I'm like, yeah, but now I realize that's not important.
Right.
Like, let them express themselves.
All right, guys. So we're supposed to say Merry Christmas. And remember,
we can talk shit about our moms, but no one else can.
Or we'll just shit all over you.
That's right. This was a shitty Christmas episode.